Hello friends, myself Dr. Devesh, and today I am going to discuss another important special staining which we are using for nervous tissue, bones, collagen and nucleic acids. Right? So this is going to be another episode of the special staining. This is the fourth part, and here I am going to teach you about the special staining for nervous tissue, bones and collagen and nucleic acid. So let's start. So this is the number one. You can see on your screen, this is the Kajal silver stain. So Kajal silver stain, you can see there is a silver. Whenever you see the silver, tissue will be black in color. The target tissue will be black in color. So same thing, right? So this is the same photographic developers what we are using, silver stain, right? So silver nitrate is used, and as a result, Kajal silver stain is used for neurofibrils, axons and dendrites. So what are the three things? Neurofibril, axon and dendrites, and all three will be giving you black color appearance, right? So now you can see these are the areas which are the dendrites, right? So we can see these are the dendrites which are looking black color, and you can see axons are also looking black in color. So dendrites, axons, neurofibril, all these things will be looking black on Kajal silver stain, right? Moving on to the next one is again a silver based stain which is called as Bielsko-Vasky stain. This was an enhanced question also. So remember, this is the Bielsko-Vasky stain. So Bielsko-Vasky silver stain. So here also you can see silver is present. And this is also used for nerve fibers, axons, neurofibrillary tangle. That was the question in exam. Neurofibrillary tangle and senile plaque, right? And senile plaque. So neurofibrillary tangle, senile plaque, axons, all these things will be what color? So you can see this is one of the senile plaque which is looking in black color. So this is the senile plaque which we are seeing on the Bielsko-Vasky stain, which is looking dark brown or black in appearance, right? So now you understand Bielsko-Vasky stain, brown or black in color because they are silver stain. And what we can stain here, axons, neurofibrillary tangles and senile plaques. The next one is the Luxol fast blue, another important stain which we use in the neurology department or in neuropathology department. This is the for staining of the myelin, right? Myelin, or you can say myelinated axons. So myelin, including the phospholipids, they will be showing you blue color, right? So bluish green appearance will be there. So you can see these are all blue color myelin only, right? So these are all blue color myelin only. So and neurons will be stained violet, right? Stain is very commonly used for the basic neuronal structure of the brain or spinal cord tissue. So Luxol fast blue is basically for myelin which is present in the brain or the spinal cord. And remember what will be the color? So myelin including phospholipid will be bluish, or it can be green also, right? So majority of the time it will be blue only, as you can see in this picture also, right? And neurons will be looking pink or violet in appearance. So you can see neurons are looking pink or violet. So these are the neurons and these are the myelin, right? So this is about Luxol fast blue staining. Now this is the another new stain for the bone, right, which is not given in our usual textbooks. This is called as Villanueva osteochrome bone stain. Remember, this is Villanueva osteochrome stain. Is actually, it is for identification of the new bone, those who have been given bone grafts. So those who have given bone graft, new bone will be identified by Villanueva osteochrome staining, right? In this, this can be also used for detection of the osteoporosis, bone loss in osteoporosis, or in any metabolic bone disorders, right? And also it can be used for the uncalcified bone. So now you can see Villanueva osteochrome bone stain is basically to identify the loss of the bone, right? So which can be seen in the bone grafting, osteoporosis or metabolic bone disorder. So what will be the finding? So osteoid seams will be looking transparent green to jade green. So now you can see these are the new bone or osteoid seams, right? So osteoid seams, new bone will be looking green in appearance, and zone of demarcation or low density bone will be looking orange or red in color, right? So these are the orange or red in color. So these are the zone of demarcation, or you can see that low density bone is here, right? So that is Villanueva osteochrome stain for osteoporosis, for undecalcified bone, and for age-related bone disorder or for metabolic bone disorders, right? Osteoid seams will be green in color and low density bone will be orange to red in appearance, right? Next comes this toluidine blue, which we use in hematology also. Toluidine blue is a multi-purpose stain where you can see nucleic acid will be blue in color, polysaccharide will be purple. P for polysaccharide, P for purple. So that is why mast cells, cartilage and mucin, which contain polysaccharide, they are all in purple color. Right? So now you can see all these are the mast cells, or these are the toluidine blue positive. Toluidine blue positive. Here we are not seeing mast cell, these are the cartilage tissue. These are the cartilage tissue which we are looking in them as a purple color. So purple color cartilage tissue we are seeing by toluidine blue appearance. Toluidine blue special staining. There is another staining for the cartilage, that is called safranin O. Safranin O is a very important stain, right? This is where you can see nuclei will be red in color, right? And they are used for identification of the cartilage, mucin and mast cell granules. So cartilage, mucin and mast cell granules can be identified by them. What will be the color? Cartilage, mucin and mast cell granules will be red to orange in color. So now you can see these red to orange color is actually cartilage in this particular section, right? So this is the cartilage, right? Bone, connective tissue and cytoplasm will be green. So here you can see bone or connective tissue or cytoplasm will be green in appearance, and nuclei will be black color. So now you understand safranin O stain is for cartilage, mucin, mast cell granules, they all will be red to orange in appearance, right? So another cartilage stain. This is the very beautiful picture of the fluorescent staining. Remember, what is this? This is the fluorescent staining, fluorescent microscopy of the tetracycline labeling, right? Tetracycline labeling is used for detection of the bone mineralization. That was the question in the NEET exam also. Tetracycline labeling index. So whenever we are seeing the normal, now you can see this is the normal individual, and now you can see there is a line, you can see arrow is there. So this line which is looking, greenish yellow immunofluorescence. So this green yellow immunofluorescence, right? So this green yellow immunofluorescence is the normal mineralization. So remember, what is this? This is the normal mineralization we are seeing. And if you see the counter of this, here you cannot see that same thing, right? So there is no green yellow, there is no green yellow immunofluorescence. So that means there is no mineralization of the bone, right? So there is no mineralization of the bone in this B, right? In A you are seeing normal mineralization. So that is what you can see. The tetracycline labeling index, normally tetracycline uptake in the normal bone mineralization is this one, which is looking green yellow. Here you can see black color because there is no mineralization, there is an absence of tetracycline uptake because there is a reduced mineralization surface, right? So remember, tetracycline labeling index is an example of fluorescent microscopy where yellowish appearance or greenish yellow immunofluorescence will be suggestive of the bone mineralization, right? Now this one is the Fulgen stain, which we use only for the DNA. Remember, Fulgen stain is only for the DNA. RNA is not stained. Remember, RNA is not stained by this, right? So Fulgen is only for DNA. DNA only. That's all. And what will be the color of DNA? DNA will be magenta color. So now you can see DNA will be magenta color and background will be light green color. So whatever magenta color structure you are seeing here, all these are the DNA by Fulgen stain, right? Another nucleic acid stain which we are using is the methyl green pyronin stain. That was the NEET PG question. Methyl green pyronin, what is the characteristic of this? We are using it for simultaneous detection of the both DNA and RNA. Both DNA RNA can be detected by this, right? And apart from this, it can also identify mast cell granule. So what will be the color when you are using methyl green pyronin stain? Remember, DNA will be looking green in appearance. So DNA is bluish green and RNA will be looking pink red color. RNA can be seen in the plasma cell, nucleoli, blast. So they will be pink red. So now you can see this is the RNA, right? So this is the RNA, right, which is the pink or red in appearance, and all these green color, bluish green color, you can see all these bluish green color is the DNA, right? So now you understand, methyl green pyronin will stain both RNA and DNA. RNA is red color and DNA will be bluish green color on methyl green pyronine. So for nucleic acid, we are using two stain, Fuelgen and methyl green pyronine. Fuelgen is only for DNA, not for RNA. Methyl green pyronine is for both RNA and DNA. Right. So these are all important special staining. So as I said, if you want to subscribe my app, you can visit to my website dpma.com, and you can see my 96 hours of the lecture of the pathology. And if you want to subscribe my book and my notes, so you can come to the website, this website, devanshpublications.com, and you can subscribe and uh, like, share, and subscribe this channel, and share this special training to all of your friends, so that they can also get benefit from this. And my best wishes to all of you. Meet you soon for the next special strain episode. Bye bye.